Hey guys, I am Jeff the Homestead Dad and welcome to Homestead. It is a little bit brisk here this morning, so I'm wearing my sweatshirt. I'm keeping the hood up, partially to keep myself a little bit warm. Also, I don't get burned on top of my head and my wife doesn't get upset with me. So, right now, we are going to go do a quick little project, or at least I hope it's a quick little project, to get some stuff done. There's some smoke over there. I don't know if you guys can see that over the trees. There's some black smoke. I wonder what's going on over there. Tomorrow, I'm having a service come, and they're going to use a skid steer with a Forestry mulching head, and they're going to mow down all of this stuff and all of that stuff and all of that. And I can't wait to look at the before and after videos because I think it's going to be amazing. Also, all that autumn olive over there near the bus, I'm going to clean up a little bit in front here. It's going to be awesome. But I'm also going to have them clear. So the only way we have to get off the street at this new property is where our driveway is, which not bad, but we have a pretty decent sized street frontage. So what I want to do is create another spot where we can get like a tractor off the road or something like that. Not a driveway, because then I'd have to get a permit. So I'm not getting a driveway, but I want a little spot where I can, sneak things in and out if necessary. The property, if you guys can see it, there's a fence here. I'm not sure how old it is, but it goes all the way along ours, the next door neighbors. It's here from quite a while ago. So in order for them to mulch through here, I need to get this section of fence clipped down, which is going to be right here. So I'm going to clip this piece of fence down, probably pull these posts quick, and hopefully I'm also going to have to cut off some of this tree because the fence has grown into that tree. Hopefully this goes pretty quickly. Let's see how it goes. I have a couple different tools for doing this. I have a metal snipper and then a corner pliers. You can see that there. So we'll see which works. If the corner cutter works, I'll use that. There's actually 2 strands of barbed wire on top of this fence, so I'll have to be a little bit careful, but it looks like I'm gonna have 2 fence posts to pull out. I'm gonna get started. Well, that went pretty well. Fence is out, disconnected. Got a little stump that I'm gonna drag out with the fence. There's poison ivy in there, so I'm probably gonna go take a washcloth and some dish soap, wash off my legs. I don't think I got any on me, but I'd rather not find out. So I'm gonna drag this out, and then we'll do some more video here in just a minute about what they're gonna cut down, because all of this is gonna be brushed out so we can use it as yard, not like yard, but for pastures and gardens and high tunnels and all that stuff. I don't plan on keeping it cut down on a weekly basis, maybe a monthly basis, maybe every couple months with the tractor, but you can tell that all of this in front of you, the big trees back there, we're not cutting down. All the rest of this had been field at one point and he stopped taking care of it. So I'd like to be able to use it more. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get this fence dragged out of here. Okay, so got that done. The plan for them brushing out is going to be right along here. I don't know if you can tell. There's about 10 foot tall, 10 to 13 foot tall. I think this is buckthorn. And it hadn't been here at one point. You can see that this had been brushed out and it's totally crowding out under the understory of this huge oak. So we're going to brush all this out all the way along there, up to the front a little bit. The front yard over there I think is going to eventually be pasture. We're going to brush that out, and then if we come into the back here, the same thing. You can see for a couple hundred feet behind the house they had this cut down at some point and then just stopped taking care of it. I don't know, life got busy or whatever. So all of this stuff is just, it's unusable for us the way it is. and it'll take me forever trying to use the flail mower or even borrowing a rotary cutter for the back of the tractor. So they're just going to come down and they're going to brush this all out all the way back to the mature woods. So that's in here. Let's go over to the side. I'm going to take a before picture from this so that we can see what it looks like. So you can see there's the house, and this is just all brush. So this is all going to be brushed out all the way back to the mature trees back there, and all the way over to the side of our border over there. As you come back towards the house, this tree is actually going to stay. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is, but it flowers. It looks pretty. It doesn't have thorns as far as I can tell. I think it's some sort of crabapple maybe. So we're going to keep this tree, but let's go stand on the back of the deck, or the side deck, and take a look. Okay, from the side patio you can see that's the tree that we're going to keep. All the rest of the stuff around it is going to go. You can see the hawks. There's 2 hawks up there. All of this is going to go. You can see the orchards over there. Between here and the orchard is where I'm going to put the garden, at least to start. And then all of this stuff up here is going to get brushed out. And then that's up over there is where the fence was taken out. So that's the plan. So I actually haven't used the drone in a while. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out now, make sure the batteries are charged up. Maybe take a pre-brush hogging or forestry mulching drone flight, and then a post-forestry mulching drone flight, and then we'll see what it is. But it will probably be tomorrow afternoon by the time I get back here. So I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Hey guys, so we just got home after co-op and this is what we came home to. Look at this. So this was all trees 10 to 12 feet high. They are now mulch, and the roots, there's some roots down here, but they're kind of, shredded. So they're not, sometimes if you use like a saw blade or you cut them down, they can be sharp. So like if you walk across them or mow across them, they can pop a tire. This one, not so much. So they're just kind of shredded, so they're pretty soft to stand on. But this is all shredded now, so that we actually have the use of all of this space along the driveway here. I think I'm going to ask him to take one more swipe back this way if he can, because it'd be great even if he just got back to the shed there. But let's go walk and go look at the backyard, because that's where the biggest change has obviously been made. He's finished with the area back directly behind the house and it is pretty stinking amazing. So this used to be, couldn't see the back forest at all. All of this was trees. I made a couple paths and it took me a long time to make those paths, but look at that. We've got a big, huge yard. He also did the section over here closest to the run-in. You can see, you might be able to see over there, there's some tractor attachments. My dad has spent some time bringing some tractor attachments over today. But look at this, and you can really see the elevation change. So right over by the chicken coop over there, it kind of starts to pitch down here. Yeah, we can do that later. So this is all shredded. I don't know what that pipe is right there, but this is all mulch. I mean, this is awesome. This is really cool. So he's working back there, and he's just gonna work his way forward. And then, like I said, I may see if I can have him do one more pass over on the other side of the shed over there. But I'm gonna throw the drone up in the air and get some drone footage kind of midway through, and then we'll do another drone flight after they're totally done. But this is awesome. This is super duper cool, because now we actually have, the kids are like, oh, yard. And to me, the thing that amazes me the most is there's not that much wood chips. Like, I expected there to be a lot more like wood chips and stuff, There's not. It's mostly ground with some wood chips. Like, there's not that much waste. It's pretty amazing. I'm gonna get the kids out of here because he's shooting that way. Hey guys, go back up towards the house, please. But let's throw the drone up in the air. Golly, look at that. And it just shreds it into mulch. That's unreal. I don't know if you guys can hear the engine gearing back up. It's like a tractor attachment. You know, the rototiller or whatever can be bogged down by something and it can slow down the engine. So it's the same thing with his, it sounds like, is that the bigger the tree, it sometimes is getting slowed down and he just has to give it a second to whir back up, or rev back up. That is too cool, man. Good. So there's one spot back there where he didn't go all the way back to the mature woods because some of those trees are getting a little bit bigger. He said it probably would have taken him 2 hours to do that small area as opposed to him finishing up the rest of the front over here in 2 hours. I expected this, right? Like I expected this to be mulched down to the ground. What I didn't expect was, I'll show you, it takes field that's, you know, knee high and takes it down to the ground. Sometimes, you know, like I don't expect a tool to do that. Like something that's made for chipping and shredding, I don't expect to work so well on small grass, but it certainly does. Let's take a walk over here. We can go look at the new entrance I'm gonna have to put a gate in front of over here. Let's head that direction. So this is great because he cleaned up around this tree here, and I actually don't want him to clean up all in here because I don't have so much privacy until I get some Norway spruce Norway spruce planted. But let's head over here. You can see he mulched along here, and actually it flattened it out quite a bit, which is nice. We'll probably still have to use the lawn rake and gather some of this stuff and have a bonfire, but this is something that would have taken me weeks to do with the tractor and the flail mower that he's going to be able to get done in one day. It's quite amazing. So what had looked like this now looks like this. So I'm not going to transition this. I don't want anyone to think that this is a driveway because it's not a driveway. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple screws into that tree right there, put a gate across, and maybe put a couple screws into the that spruce tree right there. Put 2 gates across here to cover this entrance, this opening, and then lock them together so that nobody decides they can come on our property without permission. But now, if we need to get something in here and I don't want our septic field, which is in the front yard there, driven over, we can come in here. So this is perfect. This is what I'm talking about, how it just gets it right down to the ground. So I think I'm gonna have him do a little bit more around the tree, the big tree here. I'm going to eventually cut down that tree. This oak can probably stay, but that one is just like a old hickory or something, and it's right up in the branches of this hundreds of year old oak tree. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I'm gonna have him come mulch this stuff up as well. Our power box, I think where our electricity comes into our house, is right there. And clearly, at some point, it was a lot easier to get all this stuff into here. But it's there now, so I'll probably take down that tree as well. It's a little one that's just kind of growing in among stuff. This one can probably stay, even though it's leaning away from the oak tree. I think if we clear out some of the other trees that are just in the way, it'll make space for these 2 big trees. But if I can get him to kind of push all this stuff out, I think we have too much stuff and there's not enough space between the shed and the woods, so I'm not going to have him try to go in there. But if I can have him come in at an angle like this and kind of mulch this stuff up into there, I'll do that. He's just about done. I bet you he's got less than an hour to go. I'm hoping to have Owen out as well, who's his partner. So maybe I can have him come out at some point and I can talk to both of them. Might talk to Josh here for a minute before I have to leave again. But you can see he's done the whole front area here. There's just a few trees inside the pasture area, which will literally take him less than 5 minutes. And he's working on the rest of this stuff over here. But he's just about done. So he's got a little bit over there, a little bit right here, and then he's done. So in less than a day, and he's probably not gonna even have to work. I mean, it stays light until 9 o'clock. He's not gonna have to work that late. In less than a day, they got all this stuff done. I'm super duper happy about this. Okay guys, I'm with Josh. He is the co-owner of B&P Landscaping and Earthworks? No,
B&P Excavating.
Excavating, and what does it say also?
And land management.
And land management. Okay.
Yep.
So he's been out here absolutely killing it, and I can't tell you how happy I am. Like, this would have taken me weeks to do.
Yeah.
So you were just about to tell me, how long have you guys been doing this?
We've been doing this been in business for a little over a year.
Okay.
But we've been doing this our whole lives.
And that's what Josh was telling me, is that you guys have been doing it for a while. You've been running machinery, since you were old enough to drive, pretty much.
Yep.
And obviously you like it enough to have started a business. I guess what your favorite machine to run? I'm hoping maybe to have you guys back sometime to be digging me a pond. Will you be running the machine for that as well?
Yeah, so for a pond, we use a dozer and an excavator.
Yeah.
And forestry mulch is great. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
But it's a pain just because it overheats so much. It
Okay.
gets hot in the cab.
Yeah.
A dozer
I have
and
to imagine
excavator.
it's loud in there too.
Well, I have the AirPods in,
Okay.
so
you're not hearing
so I'm not really hearing anything.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna say an excavator and a dozer. Those are the two that we like to run the most.
Yeah. And how big an excavator do you guys have?
As of right now, we actually do not have one.
Okay.
We rent right now, and
Okay.
we do the same for a dozer.
Okay.
Because we mostly do the land clearing side of
Yeah.
it, and the dozer, we've only needed here and there.
And they're expensive.
Yeah.
And they're expensive to work on.
Yep.
So if you only need to do it, that makes sense.
But the excavator, that is the next thing that we're purchasing because we need it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's fun. So.
Yep.
And you guys, like this whole southern half of Michigan, you will drive to depending on the job?
Yeah, we'll do, we'll do northern Michigan too.
Okay.
So we have a place up in Grayling, so we can
cool.
stay there and, you know, we go around there as well.
Very cool.
Yep.
And why don't you give just a small list of the things you guys do, just so that people have an idea. So aside from the brush clearing with the forestry head on the skid steer, you guys do dig ponds.
We dig ponds. I mean
do
we'll
you
do a
dig
little
basements?
bit of everything.
Okay.
We'll do basements, but
Okay.
we don't really do that right now.
That's not your, it's not your
It's
bread and
not
butter.
our main thing.
Okay.
Our main thing is this
Okay.
and land clearing. So land clearing is basically we'll go in, we'll strip the topsoil, just, you know,
Yeah.
Get it ready for building and whatnot, and then ponds are their next biggest thing. But I mean, we'll do anything from, you know, putting in a driveway to,
Yeah.
I mean, just small little things here and there. So
Very cool.
yep.
So if you guys need any excavating done, any brush clearing done, these are the guys for you. They've been easy to work for. You guys have been super responsive on both Facebook Messenger and texts. So they're not a company that's going to call you once and then not get back to you. They've been super great about it. Josh got me a price really quickly. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yep.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem.
It's about a week later, and I've had some time to get used to the land cleared and all of the stuff, and I have to say I am super happy with it. I love the fact that we can kind of pull off over here now and have more room, and the kids have more room to play basketball over here. We'll eventually rake up all this stuff, and I'll probably bring the brush mower or the flail mower over here, knock down some more of these roots, clear this out. The bus is going to be sold eventually, and I'll have another video coming up. Sorry about the wind if it's bad. I will have another video coming up about our garden, because my dad got over here and he raked up like all of the stuff and rototilled, and it turned out pretty darn nice for having just been forest, you know, or brush a week ago. It was a week ago today that they came and did this. So let me just come over here quickly and show you. But overall, I am so happy. I'm going to be pulling down the fence over here. So far, the fence is still working well to keep the deer out of the orchard. But between here and there, my dad rototilled, he raked. You can see there's still roots and things in here, but I think the dirt's pretty good, and I'll just plant around the roots and we'll get what we can. But the property seems so much bigger. I know where I can put things now. I can start to wrap my mind around how much space we have and what we can do. We're gonna have a big old bonfire over there. So yeah, I am super happy. If you guys, I will be putting all of the contact information for Josh and Owen. I was talking to Josh in the video that you saw, the clip that you saw just a little bit ago. Owen had come out here earlier. He was the one who came out here and gave me the estimate, and I kept on saying Josh when I meant Owen, so apologize for that. But Josh and Owen were both great. Like I said, nice young guys, eager, I think, to work hard, and they were super responsive. Every form of media that I tried to get a hold of them on, whether it was Facebook Messenger, initial contact, or texting back and forth, they were great. So I'll put all their contact information. If you're anywhere in Michigan or northern Ohio or northern Indiana, hit them up. They're great, and they got a ton of work done super fast. So thank you guys so much for watching. There's gonna be some video after this, the before and after. It's pretty amazing if you ask me, so stick around and watch that. But God bless you and your family, and I'll see you guys in the next video.